Alrighty, welcome back. So today we're going to start pulling the engine out of the Escalade. So I do have a broken engine. It is a broken rod. I'm pretty sure it pushed the side of the block out. I had an injector stick and hydrolocked the motor, and I was trying to start it and it broke the rod. So that really sucks. Perfectly good motor. This thing was our daily driver, our family vehicle before I turboed it for about 10 years. It has like 170,000 miles on it. Good old 6-liter, and now it's broken. So I'm going to take this thing out. I have a 5.3 that I'm going to put in it. I did find another flat top piston, someone locally. I just got to swap it over onto a new rod. So I'm going to start by taking everything apart. I'm going to take the whole front off. The AC line is already broken on this, so I am going to take the whole front and the AC condenser out, and I'm just going to pull everything out of the front. So typically I would go over the top of the core support here, but I'm not going to do that this time. So let's get started. My goal is to have this done sometime today. So today is Thursday. I'm off Friday and Saturday, so I'd like to have the engine out Thursday tonight, the other engine rebuilt with the new rods in it Friday, and then have it back in and together on Saturday and running, hopefully. That's the goal. Let's see if we can get there. All right, so I got the whole front off. I'll probably go for the turbo and the intake next. Probably pull all the accessories off, and then I should be able to access the mounts and everything. Then I should just have the bolts on the bolts for the converter, starter, all that stuff. So I decided to do this. I took the AC condenser out. Like, I don't know if I said that in the beginning, but my AC line is already broken. It has a hole in it. So that's why I decided to take the AC condenser out, because I have to recharge it anyways. So that's the plan here. Go for accessories, intake, turbo. I'll try to leave as much wiring and everything in there as I can, because we're just putting a new one right back in there. Well, I failed. I did not reach my goal of getting it out last night. So I did get this whole side done. I was kind of fighting with the AC compressor. I couldn't really get to the bottom bolts. So I ended up deciding to take the lines off, and this bolt head broke off, and then I couldn't get the fitting out, and then I ended up just smashing it out with a hammer and wrecked the line, and then now the bolt is broken off inside the compressor. So probably have to get a new compressor or tap that thing, but I did whack it pretty good right here with the hammer. Maybe I'll just get a new one. So it shouldn't be too much longer. I just got to pull the wires off of this side. I'll pull the coil packs and stuff off so I can get that manifold off, and then I should have access to the bolts. I'm having a hard time getting to the back side of the power steering pump bracket with all this stuff here to get that bolt off. I could get a wrench on it, but I wasn't able to actually turn it. Do got a lot of wiring and a lot of other stuff, so I might be thinking about ways to kind of clean that stuff up as I'm putting it back together. Alrighty, so we got everything out. I flipped it over, took the pan off, and here's what we got. So here's this whole section of the block pushed out. Broke the dipstick off inside there, and this one is completely broken, the number 7. So I did spin it over a couple times by hand. None of the other rods or anything look bent. The cam, from what I can tell, does look good, so that's a good thing. The bottom of the cylinder wall, you can see, was chipped up, but doesn't look like anything hit the cam from what I can see. So I'm happy about that. I would have been a little more upset if I would have wrecked the cam, because I barely got to use the cam. Brand new gasket. I don't even know if I drove it. I think I only drove it a few miles with the new gasket on. I just welded that bung into the pan. Just got done putting a new intake on it, and when I started it, it hydrolocked and wrecked the rod. So I'm really disappointed about that, because, like I said in the beginning of the video, this engine was untouched, unopened, except for the cam and springs. It's already a Gen 4 24X crossover year. So it's a 2005. It does have the Gen 4 rods, and it's a 24X. So 170 whatever thousand miles. So this would have been the perfect engine. But now obviously it's got to come out, and I'm going to put a 5.3 in it, and I'm going to take the 5.3 apart. So I'll be taking this guy apart and putting new rods in it, which, you know, means you're basically tearing the whole motor down. Take the heads off, pistons, rods got to come out, and you're messing with the bearings, and you're messing with everything that is working. But it is what it is. It's just disappointing, and I always feel like you have a little bit more room for error when you're inside it and you're messing with stuff. So I'm going to end it here. I'm going to finish getting this thing tore apart, get the cam out. I don't think there's any push rods bent. I did take the valve cover off on the passenger side. I don't see any bent push rods. The rockers still seem tight. Did put a hole in the windage tray, and there's what's left of the rod. That's a piece of oil pan, and then here's a piece of the piston. And then look at all that stuff right there. That's nuts. So yeah, I'm going to work on that stuff, get this floor cleaned up, because it's all covered in coolant and oil, and I Don't like that. So this is what's going to be going back into the 5.3. I did get a 5.3 L33 flat top piston. So got another set of flat tops. I got 7 here. I got the 1 piston, and then I'll take a rod from over here and put this together, put it in a little 5.3, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.